Hi everybody, I'm Trin Johnson and welcome to Dust in My Eye. So I have this sketchbook that I made out of an album cover, and I think I've painted in it before on my channel. We made these in an art class that I did, a watercolor class, and I bound some Fabriano Artistico 90-pound paper in here. And so it's kind of skinny, so I can't use a whole lot of water with it, but I really like it. It's really kind of a fun thing to use. So I'm going to paint this picture. I will flash it up there on the screen that I took at art camp. Not this year because I didn't get to go, but the year before. This year, my husband broke his ankle and 2 days before I was supposed to go. So that didn't happen. But I'm going to leave it here on this page right now, very loose, not trying to go to the edges. And I'm just going to sketch in just a little bit of the picture. If this sounds like something you'd like to watch, then please stick around. And if you could hit that like button, that'd be wonderful. And comments are always appreciated. I'd love to hear from you guys. That's kind of the front section. And all the ripples in the water are parallel to the horizon, pretty much all the way down to the end. But I'm not going to do those parts yet. I am going to get my sun, not moon, my sun in there. And I'm just drawing with a watercolor, water-soluble pencil. This one happens to be Faber-Castell, Albrecht Dürer. So I'm going to start with the sky. And my intention is not to make it look like the sky in the picture as much as a sky that could be in the picture. So I am not going to get real particular about matching the colors and matching where the sunrise, or why do I keep thinking sunrise? Sunset is. So I've got a nice kind of gray blue color mixed up. And add a little more cobalt to it. And I'm going to set that aside because I think I need to start with the lightest colors, which are these yellows and oranges. What I should do before I get too far along here is get a clamp on this. Let me see if I can do that one there. Okay. All right, now let's move into the sky more with the gray blue that I mixed up before. Remember, watercolor always dries darker or lighter than what you're seeing. The opposite. It has that tendency. I don't want green, but I don't want a harsh line either. And I don't care if there's some baubles and stuff, because like I said, this paper is not, it just doesn't lay flat. It's not, it's nature once it's wet to do that. All right, I think we're going to leave that. And then I want more of a blue gray. Very similar to the sky color, but not as intense. Way I think I'm going to get that is I'm going to wet this first. Oh, with apparently a little color, because there was still color on my brush. Now, there's not real white in these ripples, except where the sun is coming. So I am going to try and lift some of that in a second here. Remember how I said it was linear, parallel to the horizon line. Okay, let's see what we can do. Part of the way to make that feel lighter is to kind of negative paint around it. Because if everything next to it is appearing darker, that makes that appear lighter. Again, not going to worry about precision here. All right, the bottom is a sandy brown, which I like with my sand color. I like to add a little pink, little, even a touch of purple can kind of work for sand. And it's very dark right now where the sand is. It's just kind of peeking through. There is also these bits of golden leaves peeking through. I just want to get that in while it's wet. Especially right where the sun is. They look really nice and bright. I see we have bloom in our sky, but I'm okay with that. That does not bother me. I think I'm going to let it dry here. Hit it with my little dryer thing and knock down half the things behind me in the process. It's a little damp right here. The rest of it's okay. Let us see if we can get that bright yellow. It's a very light version of it. Just want to glaze a little bit with this coral color next to the reflection of the sun in the water. There's also definitely an orange glow around it up here. Yes, I know. I've had a request for dinner, but it is not quite dinner time. Okay. Get some dark blue lines in our water. I want to paint other side of the lake. This is Lake Charlevoix. It's a little rumply bumpily because that's how the paper is. I'm going to go further up with the water than I think I want to go. And I want a very dark greenish blue color because I don't want to go too strong on the green there because it's in the background. And it's, so I'm adding some indigo to undersea green. No, excuse me, perylene green. I always think that's undersea and it's not. That's a little lower than I wanted it to be. Okay, I'm going to dry that real quick. I glaze over that darker, but we'll see. And then we have some tree trunks, so let's... It's like you're not listening. All right, we're going to try this. And I want a different brush that I need to find. What did I do with it? Thing I can say about branches is they never quite go where you think they're going to go. So I find the easiest way to get them is to not stress over having them line perfectly up, or I kind of flick a lot because I want it more organic looking than planned out, if that makes sense. And there's also leaves on these trees, so I don't want to go too crazy with the branches. And not be able to get the leaves on there like I want. And they start before down here somewhere, so there's branches all in this part too. And that's really where I want them the thickest, because it's so dark down there with all the leaves, you can't really see. And I think there's another one here. But if I put another one here, I got to put another one somewhere else too, because I don't like even numbers. So let's get another little guy in here. And this is kind of just full of branches and weeds and stuff. Okay, I'm going to let that dry, and then I am going to do my leaves. So I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I dried it a little bit, and I went and got these brushes. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this one, but this is my new brush, and it's a mule foot. I don't know if you can see. It's kind of like wedge shaped, and it does really nice modeling for leaves. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to use some sap green, except that wasn't sap green. I grabbed the wrong one. I want to use some sap green, and I want to add some yellow ochre to it. And I want to get a little bit of that perylene green in there too, because I want a very dark yellow green. Put some yellow ochre in by itself too. The trick is to not look like stenciling. It's definitely that coming on to fall season when things are turning a little more golden. And then the sun was shining on them here going down, so that makes it, there's some bright spots. Okay, that's the kind of thing I want to do, but not quite so polka dotty. It's a cool brush, but it seems like it's easy to go a little crazy. Now I have some Naples yellow. I was trying to come up with the name of it. And that has a little white in it, and I'm just using that to kind of blur things a little bit. Let's do a little more. Oh, I keep grabbing the wrong green. It's green gold instead of sap green, so it is vastly different. There's a lot of black in it too because it's so in relief, like in shadow. I have to say, I think I like it better for smaller amounts of leaves than I do for this whole big area. I think these trees are just a little bit big to handle that. I'm going to just do this and then use a little bit of that maybe. Trying to vary my color. Yeah, I like that a lot better than I like what I did over here. So how do I fix that, huh? That's better. Get a little bit of this in over here. It'll balance that out a little bit. Okay, now there's a fair amount of this gleaming going on over in this area. taking that Perylene green, which is very black green, and I'm just spritzing it on here to try and get that silhouette kind of feeling. Get some more contrast. Okay, I think I'm going to call that one done. I hope it was fun to watch. Maybe I inspired you to paint a sunset. If I did, fantastic. And I really appreciate your being here. So thank you so much. And if you would like to, please check out my Etsy shop where I have prints of my artwork along with cute little monsters and other fun stuff for sale.